The first time I told the world I hated him, I had no idea I was actually falling in love. It's funny how hatred sounds a lot like obsession when you replay your own voice. Back then, I was Ace Hunter, a loudmouthed gaming streamer from Seattle who thrived on drama, speedruns, and caffeine-fueled rants. My entire online persona was built on sarcasm and snark. So when Zero Zen, the annoyingly calm, infuriatingly talented rival player, appeared on my leaderboard, it felt like fate was taunting me. I didn't just lose to him. I lost views to him, fans, sponsorships, my goddamn ego. And that's how it started: the roasting videos, the playful jabs, the half-joking, half-serious feuds that raked in millions of views. People loved it. Ace versus Zen, the eternal rivalry. It became our brand. But behind the jokes, something strange happened. I couldn't stop watching him. His voice, calm and soothing, always got under my skin. His smile when he won wasn't smug. It was kind, and that confused the hell out of me. Then one night, after a charity stream, I got a DM from him. "Good game tonight. Maybe we could collab sometime." I laughed so hard I nearly spilled my drink. Collab? With him? The guy I'd made a living mocking? Still, something in me said yes before my pride could say no. When we finally met on stream for the first time, it was awkward as hell. My usual sarcasm didn't land. His quiet laugh threw me off balance. But as the hours passed, something shifted. We clicked not just in gameplay, but in rhythm. He'd finish my sentences. I catch his jokes before he said them. The chat went wild. Wait, are they flirting? Enemies to lovers arc? Call me when they kiss. I tried to laugh it off, but my heart wouldn't slow down. The more we streamed together, the more it felt like I knew him beyond the screen. His small apartment in Chicago had this messy bookshelf behind him that I started recognizing: rows of sci-fi novels, a half-dead plant, and a photo frame he always turned slightly away from the camera. I didn't know what it was, but I wanted to. Then came TwitchCon, our first in-person meeting. It was chaotic: thousands of fans, flashing cameras, lines that stretched forever. I told myself it was just business, that meeting him was part of the show. But when I saw him standing there, black hoodie, blue cap, the same gentle smile I'd memorized through pixels, I froze. He grinned when he saw me. "So, the infamous Ace Hunter does exist outside the internet?" "Barely," I said, and my voice cracked. "Smooth, real smooth." We walked together after the event, down a quiet street lined with food trucks and flickering lights. I kept my hands in my pockets, trying not to look too long. He was real. Too real. The scent of his cologne lingered, subtle and clean, like rain on asphalt. "You know," he said softly, "you're not what I expected." "Oh yeah? You thought I'd be taller?" He laughed, and that sound did something to me. "No, I thought you'd be meaner." The silence that followed wasn't uncomfortable, it was electric. For once, I didn't have a comeback. Just the sound of our footsteps sinking in rhythm. The night ended with us sharing fries under a flickering neon sign. He told me about his past, how streaming helped him through loneliness, how he built Zero Zen to feel in control of something. I told him about my walls, about how sarcasm was easier than sincerity. Somewhere between the laughter and the fries, something changed. I didn't see him as my rival anymore, but falling for him was the easy part. What came after that was chaos. 2 weeks later, someone leaked a clip of us at TwitchCon, him brushing my shoulder, me smiling like an idiot. The internet exploded. Are they dating? This is fake. They're doing it for views. Ace is gay? Well, figures. I wanted to ignore it, pretend it didn't matter, but it did. My sponsors started calling. My numbers spiked for all the wrong reasons. The same audience that once loved our rivalry now dissected our friendship like a crime scene. I called him that night. "Maybe we should stop streaming together," I said, the words sharp, defensive. He was quiet for a moment. "If that's what you want." "It's not," I stopped. "I just don't want you getting dragged into my mess." He sighed, and for the first time I heard hurt in his voice. "Maybe the mess isn't the problem, Ace. Maybe you're just scared of what people will see if you stop hiding behind it." The line went dead. And that was the first time I realized I'd already lost him. For weeks, I couldn't focus. I'd open his channel, hover over his new videos, then close them before they loaded. Every stream without him felt emptier, quieter. My fans noticed. The chat spammed, "Where's Zen?" And I'd just say, "He's busy." But the truth was, I missed him more than I'd ever missed anyone. Then, one night, I stumbled onto his live stream. He was talking to his viewers about honesty, about being true to yourself even when people hate you for it. He didn't mention me by name, but I knew who he was talking about. My throat tightened. I went live that same night. No scripts, no edits, no filters. "Hey guys," I said, staring straight into the camera. "I've been a coward. I made a career out of mocking someone I didn't understand because it was easier than admitting what I felt. I hurt someone I care about, and I don't want to keep pretending." The chat exploded, but I didn't care. For once, it wasn't about them. It was about him. The morning after that confession stream, my phone nearly melted from notifications. Messages, comments, sponsorship, email, half supportive, half venomous. But none of it mattered. I just wanted to know if he had seen it. Hours passed. No word. My heart sank. Then, a private message appeared. "Meet me where the world can't hide behind screens." It was an address in Chicago. No explanation. No signature. But I knew who it was. I took the next flight out. The winter air bit through my jacket as I stood outside a small lakeside cafe. The place was almost empty except for him, sitting by the window with 2 mugs of coffee. He looked the same, yet somehow older, more fragile. "You came," he said simply. I laughed softly, rubbing the back of my neck. "You sent me a cryptic message like we're in some spy movie. What was I supposed to do? Ignore it?" His smile barely curved. "You always chase chaos, don't you? Only if it leads me back to you." He looked away, his fingers curling around the mug. Silence stretched between us, filled with everything we hadn't said. The world outside moved on, cars, people, life, but in that small cafe, time froze. "I saw your stream," he said finally. "You meant every word? Every single one." He exhaled slowly. "You know what scared me the most? That I wanted to believe you even when I swore I wouldn't." I leaned forward, voice low. "Then believe me now." His eyes lifted to mine, blue-gray, trembling but unflinching. "I do. I just don't know what happens next." I smiled faintly. "We live. We screw up. We try again. Together, maybe?" He didn't answer right away. But when his hand slid across the table, resting over mine, I knew that was his yes. Word of our reunion didn't stay private for long. Someone took a photo, 2 guys holding hands outside a Chicago cafe. The internet did what it does best. Half the comments were beautiful, half were poison. But this time we didn't hide. We went live together. The screen split between our faces, smiles nervous but real. "Hey everyone," I began. "So, yeah, this is us. No gimmicks, no clickbait. Just 2 idiots who met online and somehow survived the chaos." He added quietly, "You can hate us, support us, meme us, we'll still be here." The chat flooded with hearts, confessions, jokes, even apologies. People saw us not as rivals or caricatures, but as humans, flawed, messy, in love. That night after the stream, he came over. We ordered pizza, sprawled on my couch, half watching old videos of ourselves roasting each other. The sound of our past selves laughing echoed like ghosts. "Do you ever regret it?" I asked. He tilted his head. "What? Falling for the guy who once called me a walking algorithm with a god complex?" I groaned. "You remembered that?" "Unfortunately." He chuckled. Then softer, "No, I don't regret it. It hurts sometimes. But it brought me here." "Yeah," I whispered. "Where's here?" He turned toward me, eyes glimmering. "Right next to you." Months passed. Our channels evolved, not just gaming, but life. We shared stories, laughter, behind-the-scenes chaos. The rivalry became a symbol of reconciliation, of how love could grow from misunderstanding. Some days were hard. The internet can be cruel. There were boycotts, slurs, private messages meant to break us. But every time the noise grew too loud, he'd pull me close and whisper, "We built this together. We'll survive it together." We did. A year later, we stood on stage at the Streamy Awards. The crowd shimmered under the lights. The announcer's voice boomed, and the award for Best Collaborative Channel goes to Ace and Zen. The applause was deafening. I turned to him, breath caught. He looked stunned, tears threatening. I grabbed his hand publicly, openly, fearlessly. He squeezed back. When we walked up to the stage, I couldn't stop smiling. A year ago, I made a career out of mocking this guy. Now I can't imagine a single day without him. He's my best friend, my partner, and the calm to my chaos. The crowd cheered. Cameras flashed. I turned to him. "Wanna say something?" He laughed through tears. "You already said everything. Except maybe that I love you." The audience erupted. For once, it wasn't about clicks or views. It was about truth. After the show, we slipped away from the crowd, walking hand in hand through the quiet parking lot. The city lights glowed against the night sky, reflecting off puddles from a recent rain. "You think we'll still be doing this in 10 years? I asked. He smiled softly. "Probably not. But whatever we're doing, I hope it's still together." I stopped, turned to face him, and kissed him slowly, gently, like the world had stopped spinning. It wasn't the first time, but it felt like the right time. When we pulled away, he whispered, "You know, for a guy who used to roast me online, you're not half bad." I grinned. "Careful. You're starting to sound like a fan." He rolled his eyes. "Don't push your luck." Life didn't magically get easier after that. Fame is fickle. The internet moves on. But the moments that mattered, the quiet mornings, the shared laughter, the late-night edits while he fell asleep on my shoulder, those stayed. We learned that love isn't about perfection. It's about persistence. About showing up even when the world's watching and choosing each other anyway. Sometimes, fans would send us messages. "You guys gave me hope. I came out because of you. You made me believe love can win." Every time we'd look at each other and smile. Because we didn't just find love, we built it. Brick by brick, mistake by mistake, stream by stream. One evening, a year and a half later, we returned to that same Chicago pier from our first photo, the one that started it all. The air smelled of rain and lake water. The sky painted in orange and pink. He stood beside me, hair tousled by the wind. "You ever think about how far we've come?" I nodded. "Sometimes I still can't believe it." He leaned his head on my shoulder. "Neither can I." We stood there in silence, watching the city lights shimmer on the horizon, the same city that once divided us, now holding our story. "I used to think love was something that happened to other people," I said quietly. "Something fragile, fleeting. And now?" he asked. "Now I think it's the only real thing we ever get to keep." He smiled against my shoulder. "Then let's keep it, Ace." Somewhere behind us, a group of fans recognized us. I heard a camera click, followed by laughter and whispers. But instead of stepping away, he took my hand. We didn't pose. We didn't hide. We just were. That photo would go viral within hours, captioned not by us, but by someone who'd seen the moment and understood it better than any headline ever could. From rivals to soulmates. Proof that love, real love, always wins. And for once, the internet got it right. Because we weren't just a story anymore. We were home. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe to stay updated with the latest videos.